So I just wanted to talk about something really important today, and it's about women in the media. Women in media are almost always portrayed exactly the same way. They are thin, they are beautiful, beautiful. They have usually large breasts, birthing hips, all that stuff. They're sexual with their partners all the time. They listen to their partners, and not in the healthy way, but in the "you're my master" sort of way. They take no a lot. They take a lot of crap. They put up with everything that a man dishes out to them. And this is the only way that people grow up seeing women. What people fail to realize is this is very detrimental for the health and the consciousness of not only the young women, but the young men of this country. Young women are seeing that and saying, okay, well, I don't weigh that little, or, I don't weigh that much, or my boobs are not that big, or I'm not that sexual, or anything like that. And then they think, okay, well then what's wrong with me? How can I fix this so that I can be right, so that I can be, so I can be enough, so that I can be what I'm supposed to be. And it's so sick because, it's not what you're supposed to be, It's not what you're supposed to be. And the media does this without even considering any of this. And the men also have a struggle with it because young men are being told that this is what makes a woman valuable. This is what, makes her worth your time. And if she does not exhibit these things, then she's obviously not worth your time. And that really causes a really bad rift. And why would you want that for your children? The problem is that even though the media has gone through so many changes since its beginnings, this one thing never gets better. It doesn't change in a way that is healthy for the masses. It continues to get worse. And, it continues to get more warped. And that's the problem with it. It is a warped perception of what a woman should be and how a woman should act and what a woman should look like, to make her deemed acceptable or womanly. And it continues to grow worse. It's all about a woman should, keep her mouth shut. A woman should not, go against a man. A woman should, be in the kitchen. A woman should, never speak out of turn. And it's really, really distressing to me because, we like to think that our traditions have fallen away and that we have created new traditions, ones that do not hurt people as much. It's the same thing with racism. Everyone wants to say that we don't have a racism problem in America, but we do. And it's the same thing with sexism. Everyone wants to say there's no sexism anymore. No, women got the right to vote. That was one thing, and, African Americans became citizens, but that was one thing. And something winning like that, just one thing being won, does not mean the whole problem is gone. But people like to treat it that way. They like to push it aside after something has happened. You got that. You got what you wanted. You should be happy now. Leave it alone. But it doesn't work that way. And women are constantly fighting for ground in this country. And you can tell by the media, no one ever really cares about what a woman is stating. It doesn't matter if she's an advocate for some of the greatest things in the world. People want to sit around and talk about her weight, or they want to talk about how she should really use to learn makeup, or what was she thinking wearing that outfit to that thing. you should not be concerned about that. Those are not the things that this woman is talking about. You should be concerned about what's coming out of her mouth. You should not be concerned about what she looks like. And it's just like what Hillary Clinton said. If a woman's talking about this important things and all you can think about is what she looks like, then you're just going to look like a jerk. You're going to look ignorant in front of everyone. And that's what you get for it. People need to start being worried about the content and stop being so worried about outward appearances. It's not about that. And it's hard to do that because the media stamps it into your brain and you internalize these things and you believe, yes, she's not a woman because she doesn't do this, and a woman always does this. She's not a woman. You call her less than a woman. You call her unwomanly. Sometimes you call her a dyke, and you use these words totally out of turn without thinking about the consequences because it's your place. It's such a dangerous cycle, and it's so aggravating to live with day in and day out, knowing that people are so unaware of these things and just wishing people would open their eyes. But women in the media, it's such a giant misrepresentation of what women really are, and such a warped perception of what you should be as a woman, and totally not out of tradition. There are people still walking around acting like this is the 1800s, and they won't get out of it because, God forbid I let a woman take a man's place, and that's the problem. It's just pure power. It's power and pride and misogyny, and it's awful, and it needs to be turned around. It needs to end very soon, or the problems in this country are just going to get worse. No one can work together when they're being told that they're less than who they're working with, being told that they are not worth as much as who they're working with. So just think about it. Next time you want to say something, just think about it. Think before you speak, and think before you act. But the greatest thing to know is not to think before you do things, it's just to think, period, isn't it? Because that's the problem with today, right? Nobody wants to think. Everyone, please check out the video in the undercarriage. Thanks!